Hello and welcome to yet another week of Gamesplaining, where I tell you gaming related news from the last week, whether you've already heard it or not. Starting off this week, I'm sure you can see the framing is a little different. Yes, I'm sitting down, no I'm not lazy, my ankle's just on temporary sick leave. Aspyr, the developer behind the Knights of the Old Republic 2 Switch port, have acknowledged that the game is currently unfinishable, and no, it's not a feature. Smaller issues that affect some players always slip through the cracks, but I can't remember the last time a game was published as a finished product that didn't allow a single player to finish the game due to a bug. The dev team is working on a patch to fix the issue as soon as they can, but haven't given us an actual timeline on this one. More games are coming to Nintendo's online expansion pack. Pokemon Snap, the classic version, is being added to the program, which feels more and more like Nintendo trying to justify making people pay even more money for a service with real high-tech features like cloud saving. Not that it applies to all games, with many of the smaller series like Pokemon being restricted to local save only. Yes, I'm still bitter, yes I still pay for it. Xbox Game Pass has announced that later this year gamers on their Ultimate Pass will be able to stream games they own through the service, even if those games are not part of Game Pass. Exactly how many games and how this works remains to be seen, and it's too early to speculate, but I for one am looking forward to seeing how far this goes. I wonder if in the future I'll be able to stream my Steam games from my PC down to my Xbox. Assassin's Creed fans might be in for a treat, with rumours spreading that for its 15th anniversary in November this year, gods I'm old, the original game may finally be getting a remake. Most of the series' earlier titles have already been revamped for consoles that came out well after the game's launch, the only exception being the original release Assassin's Creed. Notably different from all the other games with simpler controls and a more muted colour palette, the original Assassin Altair is still considered to be the best of the Assassins by many of the fans. Hopefully a re-release might bring the gameplay up to standards with the character. And moving on to Bethesda, our overlord Todd Howard has confirmed that Fallout 5 is coming. However, the next game in the long-running fan-favourite series isn't likely to see our desktops and consoles anytime soon, as Todd said they'll be working on the game after Elder Scrolls 6, which itself isn't expected for almost 5 years. Why do you tease us like this, Todd? Why? Whether or not we'll actually get the game before our own planet turns into a copyright strike rip-off of The Wasteland remains to be seen, but either way, it might be worth starting to save your bottle caps. Finally, if you're tired of games turning your wallet into a wasteland, this week Amazon is making more than 25 games free to celebrate Prime Day, most notably current holder of my favourite game of all time title, Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Other titles include Grid Legends, Need for Speed Heat, Star Wars Jedi Knight 1 and 2, and many others. That's all for this week though. If you're bored and already made your way through Amazon's 25 free titles, you could check out the other reviews from some games on my page, and yes, that is a plug. Otherwise, I'll see you next week for more updates, whether you already know them or not. And moving on to Bethesda, our overlord Todd Howard, oh my god, Todd Howard every time.